Achtung, Achtung, hier ist Alex Wright, and you are listening to Chat Grapple and Cheat Pops with JB and Chris Dredd. Enjoy it, or I come over and kick your ass.
What is up, wrestling friends and family? Welcome back to Chat Grapple and Cheat Pops with me, JB, and the man sitting next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd. How are you, bro?
I'm all right, man. I'll just throw up a Crip sign like it was it, but it's not. It's C.
It's a Chris.
With a C, man. You get me? With a big C. Anyway.
We are less than a minute in and we are dropping phone shop references. There we go.
You don't know.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh, mate. Fucking half term in it. Got the nipper off school and all that. Running rough shot, as they say, or whatever. Yeah, man, just chilling, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playing some Magic the Gathering this week. Shout out to Magic the Gathering.
You got to drop that in every week or so. You getting paid to say that or something now?
Bruv, I found a card yesterday. It might even be here, and it's like something about the Bloodline. It was, and I was like, oh shit, man, I've got to drop that on the next episode. It was like something to do with the Bloodline, and I was like, yes, I've got to, because obviously today is going to be an episode of, though this is being questioned now repeatedly online, this is an episode of we got that shit right. You know, concerning the Bloodline, concerning bear shit. I'm just saying, like, I almost called the Bloodline shit, like, literally down the fucking line. But yeah, anyway, we'll get to that, fam. So yeah, I'm all right, bro.
We'll of course get to it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. But how are you? You feeling a bit rough? You got a bit of a tickle?
No,
yeah?
there was an odd cough thing there, like, but it's, you know, it's that time of year, hay fever's.
I was gonna say, bro. Yeah, the hay fever.
Man's on the honey thing, you know, trying to
trust me, bro.
Keep that under wraps, but you know, all good. It's been a great weekend for wrestling.
Been a lot on, bro.
For us to watch. I mean,
watchers.
We are what you would call the quintessential wrestling junkies. We love it. We love watching wrestling live on our tellies, on our screens, on our phones, wherever we can catch it, we will watch it. So where are we? Today is Tuesday. We are recording a day early because I think Chris has got an order of buffet fish on the menu somewhere down the line this week.
Yeah. Going to the coast for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. It is, like I said, it's half term, it's holiday time. So Chris is taking a little break. The good man that he is, he decided, he goes, no, I want to talk to these good people about wrestling before I go anywhere.
That's right.
What a man.
Salt and Pepper wrote a song about me, blood.
They did, yeah. Too generous for your own good.
Trust me, bruv. What a man. They told you straight.
If you don't know, you should know by now. YouTube at the forefront, isn't it? Our faces, the money makers. This is where we are.
That's right.
We're on YouTube. We're on every other podcast medium you can find. Chris will list those for you later because
absolutely
he does it. Thank you to anyone that's been checking us out these past few weeks. We have seen a giant uptick in our watch times.
Mm-hmm.
And that is fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, it's because TK, he used to just take snippets, yeah? He used to skip through. But now it's clear. He's
now
just
Aubrey and all
down.
them are watching as well.
Bruv, trust me, that's what I'm saying, bruv. He's sitting there, he's getting his notepad out. Triple H is there as well, sitting, watching, taking notes. I mean, yeah, trust me, bruv. So where are we going to start? Are we going to start at WWE? Are we going to start at Night?
I think it makes sense to go in order. You know, we will respond to those who have taken a shot or two.
Yeah,
at us this week. We will get to them later on because
the naysayers.
You know, if we do it now, they'll only listen to that bit and they'll switch off.
That's right.
So keep them guessing. Night of Champions, Saturday night or Saturday daytime, wherever you want to call it.
As Wigfield said, Saturday night.
Yeah, you're not going to sing it, are you?
Da 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 dum dee 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 da 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 da. Pretty baby.
The karaoke king is back.
Karaoke king.
Night of Champions, yeah. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. What a crowd! What a night! What a show!
It was great. I thought it was good.
Started beginning Seth and AJ. We said it would be Seth and AJ. That came to pass. They had a good match, I thought.
Yeah, I mean it's the crowd was hot, but bruv, One thing I've got to talk about, bruv. Seth, my man, yeah, man, looking like he's come straight from Zamunda, yeah. Like, did you see? Like,
a beautiful jacket, yeah.
It was fucking amazing, bruv. Like, it looked like straight from Zamunda, coming to America thing. You know, he can pull it. You know what? He also looked like fucking Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element.
I mean, that's a look.
You know what I mean? It was that kind of like lovely. You know, nails painted and all that. Lovely, bro. He's going out there to impress. Great match. Really kind of, we knew, and I think everyone knew that Seth was getting it. Yeah. AJ went out there like he wanted it and that he was gonna get it as well.
Made us believe, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, it was good, man. I mean, I can fucking sing. He might have hair like a soccer mom, yeah, but he's fucking amazing. Is AJ Styles?
Yeah, one of the greats. How many more years have we got to enjoy AJ Styles?
If he still wants, I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised. I've seen, and I'm sure we've all seen, some fucking mad shit that AJ has done with his body, putting it on the line. And I'm surprised he's had the longevity that he's had. And apparently the injury that he's just come off from having is the longest time he's been out in his career, which is nuts to me. But
such
maybe
a good career then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's I mean, it's good and it's bad that he's not been out, you know, consistently in his career, but maybe he's at the point in his career now where he's getting the money from WWE and he can actually take the time out properly to recoup, because no doubt for years he's been wrestling injured. You know, I know in TNA he was, because he was there. He didn't want to lose the spot. He was putting on some great matches.
He might not have been getting the medical bills paid either, so.
Exactamundo. So, yeah, you know, fair play to AJ. I fucking love him. I love AJ Styles. Yeah. Fair play to him.
Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, it was okay. For me,
I weren't a fan. Yeah,
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest thing I'd ever seen. I think maybe we were expecting more, or too much from it.
Yeah,
and I mean, it was, like I said, it was okay. Zoe Stark is now introduced into the storyline, which is quite nice. I think that's a good move, bringing someone in,
taking it away from Trish.
Well, elevating someone.
Yeah,
from your NXT and trying to make a new star. Like I like the move. I like the style. I think that's one of the best things they could have done, because those two are massive stars in the WWE. Time to give someone the rub, not the Philip Schofield rub.
Not, jeez, man's going to the broom cupboard straight away. Allow me. You know what I mean?
Mustafa Ali and Gunther. Gunther, sorry, my mistake.
Gunther, the ring general.
Indeed. As expected, Gunther wins, but Ali gets that, you know, really close 2 count. Like we said, he was always going to get a really good near fall. Yeah, and he did. And then Gunther took it away from him. I'm fully expecting Gunther to surpass Honky's reign. I know it's stood the test of time, but Honky Tonk Man's reign probably fall. I think he's got 100 days left.
The honker meter is coming to an end. I enjoyed the booking of that one because the way it was done and the way the match finished was like Ali done a few things to him and Gunther like lost his temper and then just like, nah, fuck this, it's done. Lost his temper and just pinned him. And it was good. I mean,
he was getting the better of him, and he didn't like it, and it was starting to grate on him. Yeah, and like it finally came up. He's like, "Fuck this, powerbomb him, get him out of here."
That's right. That's called booking, Tony.
Good booking, good match.
Called booking, Tony. Yeah.
This is the Chris special. Chris was right, everyone. Asuka defeats Bianca Belair through some nefarious means. You know, a little bit of the old spittle.
That's what man said. I said months ago that they literally. It was at WrestleMania. It was at WrestleMania after she lost at WrestleMania. Literally, I just said they need to turn Asuka heel and she needs to beat Bianca Belair and get the title taken off her. Asuka needs to do that. They've turned her heel, and they tried to turn her heel. Yeah,
but that Saudi Arabia crowd went nuts.
Oh, of course. Oh, I mean, it was amazing. And, you know, Asuka, Asuka's my gal, you get me? I've been repping her from NXT, mate. She needs to be more mean, bruv. She needs to be more mean. She needs to be like, right, but she does need a mouthpiece. She does need a mouthpiece, or she needs to talk more.
Who would be the mouthpiece?
Let's.
I know it's an on the spot move, that, but if you're saying she needs one, who would you pick? And it can't be Paul Heyman.
It would be someone like a Sonya Deville. Maybe not Sonya Deville, but someone to say, look, you've got the title. You need to be represented properly. You need to be shown the respect that a champion deserves. You need to be represented properly. And have someone just say, no one can beat this woman. She is, and just have her slowly losing. Slowly just going madder and madder, and then maybe have her turn on her manager as well and shit like that. When the manager tries to control her too much. I want to see Asuka as an animal, bruv. She is without doubt one of the toughest. She's had her teeth knocked out multiple times, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, she's tough as fucking nails, mate. And still, but I just love that they've got. I mean, I say a heel champion. It's not really a heel champion, but Bianca Belair.
Not yet.
Bianca was getting stale. I felt it for a little bit. I thought that Asuka should have maybe won at WrestleMania. I think a lot of people did. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm glad that the prediction came true, and Triple H was watching the last show and said, you know what? Let's give the people what they need, man. Let's give them what they want. Let's give them Asuka as champion. And loved it.
The prophecy came true. Rhea Ripley and Natalya, thank God it was over quick. 69 seconds, I believe, which is hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah.
69 seconds, yeah?
We said beforehand we were not expecting much. We didn't enjoy the idea of this match. And I think they had to just get it done.
I think Natty's got a bit of a following over there because she was one of the first women to have the match in Saudi Arabia.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, I think she was part of the first match. So I think they slyly mentioned it as well on the night. Mama Ripley going in. We'll talk about her because she's over in 2 companies at the moment.
She is indeed.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we will get to that.
But yeah, that was squash. Good.
Yeah, Brock and Cody was fine until the finish. I despise the fucking finish in this. Absolutely despise it. No, who passes out from a Kimura?
Yeah,
choke him out for God's sake.
Yeah,
you don't want to do the guillotine. That's fine. That's Roman's thing. Rear naked choke.
Yeah, just choke him.
Yeah,
just absolutely. Just
like
fucking and be screaming at him while you're doing it as well.
Yeah.
Just,
No, it doesn't have to be this.
Hokey shit.
This Kimura, the arm thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you pass out from pain and stuff. It's a thing, but. Yeah, he was in the Kimura too long, way too long, and yeah, it spoiled it for me a little bit. And the rest of the match was fine.
Yeah, it was
all right. Yeah, it wasn't nothing over the top special. We'll take it, but yeah, the finish blew. And then that brings us to the main event. Holy shit!
I also got correct.
You got correct. I didn't. I thought that the Bloodline might take the titles. It didn't happen. The Usos. Oh, the Usos. Sweet Lord.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so good. Jimmy was the one, though, that facilitated and kicked the hell out of it. Yeah, it was really something. Yeah, I don't know what to...
From the beginning of the entrances, bro, Roman and Solo coming down, the way the crowd popped when Owens and Sammy come out, bro.
Man, Sammy...
Bruv, it was just you've got to look at it as like, whatever people want to say about the Saudi regime or whatever you want to call it, yeah. People are allowed to have normal people like you and I are allowed to have heroes, innit?
We're allowed to have wrestling, yeah.
We're allowed to have wrestling, bro. The way that and for a Syrian as well, man's not even from Saudi Arabia, it's from Syria, and there's been some diplomatic issues between the 2 nations. To have him come out, and Sammy is, people look at Sammy and don't seem to forget that he is, I don't know if they forget, but he's proper Syrian, bruv. Like, man can speak Arabic and them thing there. He's seen his family.
A charity
You know,
called Sammy for Syria.
you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, so he comes out in the traditional robes. He comes out speaking Arabic. To me, that is beautiful, bruv. And when he came out, if you watch it, you can see a tear in his eye, bro. You can see it. You can see it, and it's emotional, bro. You can see when he comes out and he gets that pop and he feels it, and you can see him like that with his eyes. You know, you can see him crying, and you can see him say something to Kevin, like you know, it's brilliant. He gets in the ring, takes the mic, says his bit in Arabic, and introduces himself in it. It's fucking amazing, bro. Just the way the match was going and what happened in the match, bro. But it's good, you know.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good finish as well. He was accidentally kicking Solo, and then actually kicking Roman.
Yeah,
and yeah, Roman gets beat sort of on TV.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, it's
man hadn't been pinned, but he lost. Yeah, he hasn't lost a match since 2020 or 2019.
Yeah, it's also those subtleties like Jay Uso, well, Jimmy after kicking Roman, like shouting like and screaming at the top of his lungs, and Jay like saying Joe, like it's not he's not asking for Roman, he's calling for Joe. It's like, oh man, and without being facetious or anything like that, it's elite shit.
It is, bro. This is, that's what I was saying like last week, that it's coming, this storyline that has been going on for ages, involving Sammy, involving all of them. This integration of it has been going on for a long time, and it's come to a head. And it's for them to do it in Saudi Arabia as well, when they kind of knew that Sammy would be so over. I just think it's fucking brilliant booking, bro. I think it's just, they know when to do it and they know how to do it. And they've like, no, this is the time. This is when we're going to do it. This is what's going to happen. When he was going, I should have done what I did, what you should have done. Oops, a long time ago. You know what I mean? I did it. You know, and it's like fucking great.
It's funny, everything you see online. I mean, the online wrestling fandom / media is a vacuum of shite anyway. But there were complaints before Night of Champions. There was a few complaints. Oh, Bloodline stale, Bloodline this, that. Where there's no complaints. That's all they've done. They've just turned it up a notch again. And we are cruising towards Money in the Bank. And Roman is scheduled to appear on SmackDown and Money in the Bank. Oh my.
Bruv, we're going to be there, blood. We're going to be there.
We eating.
We eating. You know what I mean? We're going to be there, bruv. We're going to be like that meme of the guy in the yellow suit behind the tree.
It's a fly
suit, them ones. Yeah. But we're going to be in tracksuits. You know what I mean?
Merch up.
Merch.
Okay, we've done Night of Champions. Let's go to Las Vegas, where not a lot of people went. Yeah, Vegas is lovely, but Double or Nothing, AEW. I watched the buy-in. I don't know if you watched the buy-in as well.
I didn't, yeah. But then when I heard about certain things that went on, I had to watch it, and I was just...
For a little context, we were texting each other Monday morning, and we literally must have pressed sort of play around the same time. I sent you a picture of me watching Double Nothing, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm about to do that."
Yeah.
And yeah, there was the buy-in. Obviously, I skipped to the match. Oh boy, 6-man tag for one person in the 6-man tag's contract. What a story! So it was the Hardys and Hook against the Guns and Ethan Page. Yikes.
We said again, though, we said again in a show or so ago, are we going to see a Hardy Boys match at Wembley? Yes.
Do you want to see one at Wembley?
Maybe.
No, I don't.
But it depends who they're against. But yeah, I mean, if Jeff's going to do some of the shit like he done in this match, But of course they were going to wheel him out, bruv.
Not often I feel bad for Hook in these situations, but it's stifled booking on someone like Hook. You're either behind him or you're not at this point. And there's plenty more of that to come, because next up, I mean, before in the buy-in, at the end of the buy-in, they do the entrances for most of the people in the Battle Royal, which opens the show. Oh God, this was poor for 95%.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. It was terrible.
There was too much pissing around outside the ring. You know, some people didn't get involved in the match, so they were cutting to them with the camera. They were cutting to whatever was going on the outside to get like half the shit you were missing. The luchadors need to fucking rein it in a battle royal. What the fuck were they doing?
In a battle royal, when you're jumping up to the top rope consistently, it's like, come on, bruv, enough now.
At least try and fucking win the thing, yeah. And then one of them got shoved off the top rope, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's not smart booking. It's not clever. It's, you know, one of them did the run in the rope. I think it was Commander did all the.
Even Dustin's doing stuff on the apron and ended up getting shoved off.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of apron stuff, and it's like, just either have a battle royal or just have some kind of like fucking mayhem match where people get pinned or whatever. You know, you can't have that kind of stuff going on in an over the top rope battle royal thing.
In the match itself, I mean, last week we spoke about Keith Lee was very much a focal point of our show and how he's, you know, fallen off. He showed a little bit of fire in this match, not a lot. Again, the stuff with him and Brian Cage was fucking grim. And Brian Cage sucked in this match, like beyond belief. One of our game changers was in the match, though. You want to give him some ASMR? Can feel it. Them ratings, baby. Game changer Jay White was in the opening match battle royal.
Oh no, but there was a segment
superstar
when he beats people up afterwards, isn't it? Halfway through, he jumps someone, don't he? The guy that they say is the younger version of The Rock.
Ricky Starks, who I quite like. Don't get me wrong.
I like Ricky. I do like Ricky. Yeah, I think he's all right. He's got charisma.
Tons of potential and charisma. Yeah, like the entrance, the whole thing. Like Big Bill as well showed a lot. Like he was booked well.
Yeah, but you see how they done my boy though. He should have won it, fam.
You know, retrospect. Yeah, the Giants always do well in these battle royals. Big Bill looked good.
I like,
and he looks good as well. I think the WWE might sniff around him.
I hope so, dude, because you look at him, you can't teach that. Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot. I still am praying for the day that I see Enzo and Big Cass back in WWE. They've got to come back for like a Royal Rumble or something. They have to bring him back. They done my boy Enzo dirty a long time ago, bruv. You know, WWE, then getting rid of him without any kind of, and it all coming out that it was bollocks, you know, but I think it was Big Cass, you know, Big Bill was the reason why they kind of got the old Spanish Archer, the old elbow from WWE. But I still, I can't wait to see him back. They've got to come back for something. Come on, give us that.
The finishing sequence was good. I'm not an Orange Cassidy fan. I've made this clear on this show, and I'm not sure. I think you might have as well. Him and Swerve,
shoving him down our throats too much.
Yeah, there is that. But him and Swerve did have a good finishing sequence. There was some good stuff at the end of this battle royal. The finish was a stinker. He just kicked his hand, and he felt like it was, you know, the Orange Cassidy way. Still lethargic shit. You know, whatever. I know some people don't enjoy us ripping on Orange Cassidy, but whatever.
I did like it when Orange Cassidy was like all fucking dazed and my man was putting his hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking great. I was hoping that something more would happen, you know, and Swerve
you know what it reminded me of?
What's
that time Buff Bagwell got Scotty Riggs and was making him do the American Wales clap when he was dazed. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. So it was like that mockery, because I'll tell you what, I like Swerve. I think
something about him, isn't there?
There is something about him, bruv, you know, so.
But he's mired in this bottom middle card stuff. He's even stuck when it comes to Keith Lee now. He needs to move on from that and pursue Wardlow or do something, you know, like something else.
Yeah.
Next up, Adam Cole, Y2J, Chris Jericho, the Ocho, the Wizard, whatever you want to call him, in this gimmicks to fuck unsanctioned match with Sabu and Roderick Strong. Well, Sabu was the enforcer who disappeared. He threw a chair. One of my favorite parts was Jim Ross getting legit pissed at his coffee getting knocked over.
That was great.
Yeah, because it just reminded me of, it could have been, he spilled my diet soda. It's a shoddy match. It's not enjoyable.
Right. There's a lot of talk online about the finish of this match. Okay. And there's a lot of fucking AEW diehards fucking, of course they can stop it. You don't know what unsanctioned means. You don't know what unsanctioned means. Bruv, when you've got the commentary team constantly reiterating to you that there are no rules in this match. Someone's going for the rope. They're grabbing the rope. That doesn't count. There are no rules. There are no rules. You can't have a referee stoppage in a match with no rules.
Two things to add to that. One,
fuck's sake.
I like the Britt Baker run in.
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
She was fucking levering that.
Yeah,
she was whacking him. Jericho was putting his feet up, and he's probably saying to her, "Jesus, woman, fucking
she was
turn it in, will ya?" She was fucking letting me have it.
And it just shows that how over Britt Baker is compared to a lot of other people on the show. Like, we will get to it's the finish. Like, creatively, I think it's a good finish, but how it's actually done, like how it's been done on the pay-per-view itself, I think was poor. I don't think they got the vision, or they could execute the vision that was given to them. The finish is fine. If someone's, unsanctioned or not, even in those early days, UFC 1, 2, God knows what, if they weren't defending themselves, the fight's over. That's fine. It's an interesting way to go. But those hammer fist punches that Cole was throwing were shit. There were better ways. He could have, there's so many other things he could have done. He could have held him and just kicked him in the side of the head or something, make it look a little bit tougher.
A little more legit.
Not defending yourself, the ref does call for the belt. Like, fine. It's like I said, creatively, I think it's quite a good way to finish the match, but it was just executed poorly. So, much like an exploding barbed wire match where the sparklers go off, it just doesn't work.
What about an exploding super kick match, bruv?
We'll get there. We'll get there, because no, it's not next. Actually, it's FTR against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal with Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe. Sorry,
no, Jay died. Mark
Briscoe is the special referee.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this match, all it made me think was I miss, Jay Lethal's Macho Man impression.
Can I be honest with you?
Didn't like it.
No, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked this match.
Okay.
I liked it. Whatever. And I know we've said in the past, fucking hell, AEW is supposed to be putting over the young guys, and you've got fucking Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett on your show. They know what they're doing in the ring.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett knows every trick in the book.
And Jay Lethal is fucking fantastic in the ring.
Yeah.
And with FTR on the other side of the ring.
FTR are just a good hand. They are. They're just a really good hand to have.
You can't put these four guys together and them not have a good match. I thought it was a very good match. And also my highlight of the year was seeing Aubrey.
Oh, you mean our beloved superhero Karen Jarrett?
Yeah.
All hail Karen Jarrett. She hits Aubrey with that guitar, and I mean, it's sold like shit, but I don't care. Like, it's what most of the content creators want to do to Don Stevens,
mate. Aubrey, aka Girl Hebner,
Don Stevens,
taking a fucking guitar shot, and it didn't look like it was gimmicked that well either. The guitar.
I don't think it was. I think it was, obviously it was very light. It was in that way, but it didn't explode on impact like it should have done.
Karen Jarrett, right? AKA, or the artist formerly known as Karen Angle.
Our hero, Karen Jarrett.
Our hero, so in TNA again, she was fantastic, bro. When she was on screen, she's a very like hateable character. You get what I'm saying? Like she was very like, you know, fucking bitchy, horrible, up in your face, screechy kind of person, and she just really got people's backs up, and it's a fucking great character. So yeah, fucking good shit, man. I didn't think that Jarrett and Lethal were ever really gonna win. I mean, it was a good match. I thought it was a good match. I thought, you know, and you know, I do appreciate. Let me phrase this in a way where I've said things in the past about AEW kind of cashing in on, not cashing in, but you know, when Jay Briscoe was alive, not having the Briscoes on doing anything because of supposed homophobic comments in the past.
Yeah,
and that,
it was apparent that the TV, like TBS or TNT or whoever it was, didn't want them on the show.
No,
like...
I don't. I think that's bullshit. I don't think they even fucking knew. I mean, when you've got other people that have done more questionable shit or been involved in more questionable shit on your show, the fact that he said something and he's apologized, it was fucking 10 years ago or something or whatever, you know. And then when Jay dies, just to have Mark all over the show, I was very cynical about that, wasn't I? And I think rightly so. I was initially very cynical. But I mean, you know, it's nice to, I mean, I loved the Briscoes. Watched them a lot in Ring of Honor. You know, I've watched, you know, talking about Sammy and Kevin Owens, I've watched some very brutal matches of Steen and El Generico versus the Briscoes. Some fucking savage matches.
Did we ever find out? Did we ever find out who El Generico was?
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
yeah. One day. I mean, the search continues. We will give you an update when we know.
He was very zany, wasn't he?
Very.
El Generico, very zany. But yeah, it's just nice seeing Mark doing bits and that, you know. But yeah, it was a good match overall. But yeah, Angle, Jarrett and Lethal, good hands. FTR, good hands. Good match.
I miss Black Machismo.
I'm hoping he comes back. I'm hoping
he turns up in AEW. Like I think it's a great gimmick.
I think they've gone. I mean, there's no such thing as fucking surprises in AEW, really. But I've read saying online that they've tried to trademark Black Machismo. So I think they're going to try and do a little something with that, which would be fantastic.
At some point, we must go to. I can't remember when they did it in the show, but they did announce that the Owen Hart tournament is back on. I think it's going to be mostly part of like a Canadian loop for AEW shows.
Yeah,
Tony. It was nice to see that Tony Khan came out wearing that hat that you sent him as well, that cowboy hat.
Yeah. You saw it, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. If you've seen it online, you know, on the Twitter page, Tony Khan comes out in a chat grab on Cheap Pop's cowboy hat.
Yeah,
where he declares his love for Chris and that Chris was right.
Yeah, I mean that's all fact. That's 100% fact. So
Wardlow and Christian in a ladder match. I don't remember finding a reason as to why this was a ladder match. So unnecessary. More gimmick matches on a show than you could shake a stick at, or shake a ladder at.
It needed something on a pole match, didn't it? It was missing it. Silver dollars in a sock on a pole.
Carson City, silver
dollar, fucking on a pole match.
Ah, what a throwback.
Yeah, I mean, how are you gonna have a man like Wardlow fucking scrabbling up ladders, bruv? I mean,
jumping from the top rope to a ladder. What were you expecting?
Yeah, I mean, it's just nuts, man.
They need to stop treating Wardlow like a high flyer.
Yeah, I mean,
I never thought I'd have to say that about. You know, he's not Mike Awesome. Don't book him like Mike Awesome.
Yeah.
Don't book him like Masato Tanaka. You know, just let Wardlow be Wardlow.
Yeah.
That's what made him so fucking good in the first place. Having him do swanton bombs from top of ladders is a terrible fucking idea for a man of that size.
The match wasn't great. I didn't think the match was great.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was poor.
I didn't think it was that good.
I thought Luchasaurus was poor on the outside. I even thought Arn Anderson's interaction with the biting of the thumb was shit as well.
Yeah.
It just made it look. It just made it look like the old man in the corner had eaten too much cherry pie.
It was a bit
just sitting there stuffing his face.
Yeah.
Oh man, you ready to take your medicine on this one? Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm. Yeah, this was awful.
From top to bottom. This was fucking awful. From what went on outside the room at the beginning of the match, if you've seen the clips that are online as well now of when Tony Storm did that fucking double-footed drop kick on the non-existent arm, to other shit going on when she was supposed. It was fucking awful. It was absolute from top to bottom dog shit.
There is obviously a story out that Jamie Hayter is injured. Well, then if she's injured, don't have her compete.
Well, I think again, it's just bollocks of people trying to justify why the match was so fucking terrible.
Well, there was stuff before Double or Nothing that was out that Jamie Hayter was injured, and there was also someone had reported, whether or not it wasn't true, that she was going to forfeit, and maybe that would have been better,
mate.
Because some of the spots in this match were so dire. I was begging for it to end.
It was absolutely fucking terrible.
And I didn't care who won.
No, it was fucking piss poor, mate. It was, man, and I like Jamie Hayter. You know,
my theory is she might win it back at Wembley.
I think, but I think that's what the booking is for. They'll say, right, she loses it now, and then the return, the arc of the story will be she then wins it at Wembley.
For the love of God, do not turn Saraya babyface and have her chase it. Just don't. I think it has to be Jamie Hayter. Saraya's just not that likable as a character at the minute. Even if she turned babyface, she'd probably still get booed.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fucking.
And she's doing that stuff with Jericho as well, and Jericho is reviled at the minute as a character. Like, people are begging for him to stay off screen.
I still can't believe that they've got Jericho, the supposed heel, still people singing his song. They
put Judas on, just like we said.
To me, it's fucking nuts that that's still happening.
Pointless. It
is absolute fucking unreal. Completely missing any heat there.
I've got this written down because I thought it was the best bit. The best part of this trios match that comes up next was Max Caster's rap.
From the moment he came out, I'm a road man, a real road man. Go ask your nan. You know what I mean? When he came out, I was like, okay, because to fill people in, this was an open invite thing, wasn't it? No one knew who was going to actually come out. So when the Acclaimed come out with Daddy Arse, it was like, all right, okay. And then when he started spitting,
it was done.
Flames.
Done, yeah. For reference, the line is one suggesting that Buddy Matthews is a cuck.
Yeah, he's like, why? How are you standing up there looking ominous when you're getting cucked by a kid called Dominic?
Yeah.
Bars, bruv. Bars. Come on.
Which then gave Rhea Ripley the chance to tweet out that she's over on both shows, and
amazing.
She is, and Dominic's one of the best heels on TV right now. For instance, Monday Night Raw, which was last night. I saw the clip. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I saw the clip too.
The clip of Rhea suggesting that someone from the Judgment Day could be the next World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Priest and Balor look like it could be you, it could be you. Oh, thanks, mate. Looks like there could be a bit of a power struggle there. And then Dominic gets on the mic and says, well, what about me? Or it could be me. And the place goes mental.
Yeah, Rhea goes, it could be my boy Dom.
Yeah.
Seth just like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, they fall about laughing.
And all that. Beautiful.
Dominic Mysterio has got something, man. Like, fair play to him.
And to be fair as well, I fucking when he was wrestling with his dad and when he first came in, I thought, nah, this guy's green. He needs to sort it out. He needs to. But
he's that thing about him going back to NXT, but that's never happening now.
No, he's done fantastic. He's put the work in character-wise. Again, the best wrestlers aren't always the guys that can do 1,001 holds. Yeah. It's not always them guys that can do it. They're not always, but wrestling is acting, it's soap opera, it's character, it's working in the ring as well. You've got to have a good mix of all of it. You know, it's not always the technical guys that are the best wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh man, another person we spoke about. This was 2 shows ago. Tony has blown the load here, I'm afraid. Jade Cargill, she gets that killer entrance, man. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought the entrance was it was
banging. Yeah,
it was levels.
It was really good. She gets the entrance. She's out dancing, doing the thing.
Bad bitches walk like this. Yeah,
is that it?
I'll walk like that as well.
Do you? Yeah,
yeah. Especially when I get things right
in London town.
That'll be me, bro. Bad bitches walk like this. Yeah, come on.
So she gets that entrance. She looks like a fucking star. The match is poor. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it was bad.
Like with Taya Valkyrie. Like, and you can't make excuses for it anymore. But after Cargill wins, the manager, Mark Sterling, issues some sort of challenge, and then Chris Statlander returns and beats Jade Cargill 60-1.
Yeah.
Takes the title off her, and it's like, whatever momentum you thought you had is done.
I told
you
Tony
said that it had to be taken off.
It had to be done, but not like that. You get me? Like, you know them ones. You know that meme? It's like, yeah, I said to do it, but not like that.
It's tainted.
Yeah, it was taint. I tell you, it was.
But a win like that is like, it's like when you cash in the Money in the Bank. It's like, yeah, you've won it, but like you've beaten up a knackered guy who's just, or whatever.
Well,
like,
have you seen the memes of the Undertaker with Jade Cargill's face on it? It says 60-1, and behind it,
I haven't. No,
it's fucking amazing. I'll send it to you. It's fucking great. But yeah, I said last week or the week before, the way to make her revive her is to take the title of her. It needed to happen, yeah, but not like that. Not you needed. If anyone should have taken it, it should have been Taya Valkyrie. Should have taken it off her with some kind of interference or something.
Even if Taya won it with the interference from Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
It makes Taya look like shit. It makes Jade look like shit and stupid, and it puts a belt on Statlander. Who cares?
Yeah, it's one of them. So now, the way they booked it was fucking terrible. Like we said, we said that she needed to lose the belt to refresh. But what's she gonna do now? This is the thing. Is she gonna hang around and do stuff? Is she gonna leave the company for a bit? She's taking a break, apparently. Is she gonna leave wrestling? What's she gonna do?
Yeah,
where's she gonna go?
She's got options for sure.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if you see her just hosting a TV show next. I don't know if we're gonna see her long term in wrestling. If I'm honest,
maybe not.
I don't think we will. And you can quote me on that shit as well. I don't think that I think she got bored with it. I think the way that she was being booked, and I still don't think that she was putting the effort in the ring. She was still very green. I don't think she was learning much. She liked the whole character aspect of it, but I don't know if she was willing really to put in that work. Maybe she didn't really have the passion for it.
And that. There's nothing wrong with that.
And that's fine. It is fine. Yeah. But like I say, I'm not sure if we'll see a long term.
Lex Luger fell out of love with wrestling, didn't he?
Yeah.
He went to bodybuilding and thought he was going to become the superstar bodybuilder in the WBF, and then the steroid shit hit. So, shit happens. Fatal 4-way. I thought it was good.
The Pillars really one? Good.
Yeah, the 4 Pillars one. I thought it was a good match with the right result.
I mean, it was always had to be MJF winning that again. They need to still keep the strap on him, keep him arrogant as fuck, keep him doing them media scrums and telling Tony, earmuffs Tony, and talking about WWE. It's great.
Yeah,
great stuff.
I mean, Tony Khan is being disrespected to his face.
I think he likes it. I think he's a cuck for it. I think the fact that he thinks it's great, I think it's. He probably says, no, say it. Go on, it's fine.
He thinks it's probably worth clicks.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So that's why he's happy to take MJF's load on his face.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. Yeah, it's a good match. There's some good spots. There's some bad spots, of course. They're always, it's a mix and match sometimes. I thought the spot where they're each taking turns to hit each other, I think it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think they should stop that. I quite like seeing MJF beat Darby with a headlock takeover. I don't like Darby Allin.
Yeah, I
don't.
don't either.
I do not. There's nothing about the gimmick I like. I feel bad because I've always been a fan of Jungle Boy, but his promos are so bad.
He's like zero charisma.
Yeah.
You know,
if he had an ounce of the charisma that MJF has, I would, Jungle Boy would be one of the guys. Oh, it's beautiful hair. Really good
lovely
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, MJF still for me. I'm looking at Little Maxwell up there. Got a couple of his figures.
Little Maxwell.
It's good to see. Good to see.
Yeah.
I like the Flair-esque trunks as well.
It was a nice look. It was a good look for Maxwell. Like everything was the whole presentation of MJF, which I'm sure he has a lot of input in, is spot on.
It's good. He's got great character. He's a knob. He's a fucking knobhead. Yeah. But that's MJF's character. He's a knob.
Right, let's get to the anarchy in the arena.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
There were a couple of things, but one, I know it's a mask, but that could have easily been misconstrued as blackface.
It could have.
I saw it mentioned once or twice. It was just it was a bad mask. That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean it's
ain't Halloween.
It's one of them. It's one of them. Not everything like that is done is racist.
No, of course
I
not.
will say, but sometimes
it was a shit look at
was a bit of a shit look. He did look a bit Al Jolson-y though, brother. You get what I'm saying?
The other thing is, why is that song playing for so fucking long? I thought I was listening.
Didn't he get super kicked?
I thought I was listening to Freebird for a minute then.
Yeah.
It was so long. Like they just kept playing, and the match obviously started, and it was anarchy in the arena. Someone got one of the Jackson boys got a pile driver in a pickup truck, and it was again too much gimmicky stuff on one show turns people off.
Maybe they saw our episode on the MTV WCW short little things where they had a live band playing and people wrestling, and they thought, yeah, like let's do that. But then
they picked the wrong band. Yeah. It was really bad. The anarchy, like I said, the anarchy in the rematch was it was off. I didn't think it was great. Some spots in there that were interesting. I'm not gonna spunk about for an exploding shoe spot because Moxley got up and was all right afterwards.
Bruv, explain to me, bruv. Please explain to me. Did anyone even explain why his his face exploded on the kick? Did anyone? I can't remember anything being said that they've got explosives in their shoes. So if he kicks him in the face, it's going to blow up.
Fair play to him, because that explosion was better than the one at Revolution.
Oh yeah, I mean the one at Revolution was fucking fart in a fishbowl.
Yeah, but Moxley, it didn't end Moxley's night. It didn't send him to the hospital. It was just another spot before we moved to the next spot.
It should have. If someone's going to explode a firework in your face while kicking you in the face, that should be you, bruv. Only
earlier on in the night, Jericho used his fireball on a random AEW staff member in the back.
Yeah,
and
some trainee.
He was writhing around in pain. He was done for. It's disappointing. There was other spots as well. I mean, the thumbtack.
Just enjoy wrestling, Jordan. Just enjoy wrestling.
I'm trying. The guy in the match that I don't rate in the slightest gets the win. Wheeler Yuta, like watching fucking paint dry. He gets the win over Kenny Omega. Takeshita turns heel. The fans are calling for Ibushi. Ibushi does not show. That's an own goal as well. It should have been trying for CM Punk, but
I think we will see him at Wembley. We have to, like we've said in the previous show, if they don't wheel him out at Wembley, it's a fucking fail, fam. Telling you now.
I think they will.
They've got to.
We will get CM Punk at Wembley. Did you catch up with NXT?
I haven't caught up with much of it. I know who won the ladies' match.
Tiffany Stratton.
Stratton.
Yeah, she did really good. I think she's got a lot going for her.
Yeah, but even people were fucking saying, online saying that, she shouldn't have won it and all this. And
okay, yeah, doesn't bother me. Yeah, Bron Breakker gets beat again. I think he's got to move over to the main roster.
Yeah,
got to. He's good, man. Like, yeah, should we move off of these shows and move on to other matters?
yes. Go on. Let's close out doing this.
Well, we'll close it out, but I've got one more thing to add before we go to the closeout. Last week, or this week, staunch defenders of the realm of British wrestling were suggesting that, there should be talent from, these British companies on the AEW show at Wembley. Why? That's not what people paid for. Me personally, I've paid for an AEW ticket to see the AEW wrestlers. I haven't paid to see the wrestlers that I see every couple of months in Stevenage. I'm sorry, I'm not being rude about them. I quite like watching them in Stevenage. Wow. They are not what I am paying for to see at Wembley. That's my opinion, and many others.
Mate, if I don't see someone getting scissored by Max Carstar, Daddy Arse, and Bowens, I'm going to be disappointed. Like you're saying,
well, no, because they want their favorite guy from their local show that they see. Like, there's a reason these guys aren't in AEW right now. And it's the same thing with Will Ospreay. I'm not interested in seeing Will Ospreay at All In.
He'll be there, dude.
I'm sure he will.
He'll be there, but yeah,
he's not a draw.
Yeah, but I mean,
sorry, I'm saying that out like it's a throwaway comment. He is not a draw.
I mean, we've seen him twice in Stevenage, mate. We've seen him at Rev Pro a couple of times. Bro, again, I'm talking about Will Ospreay. Did you see Aussie Open?
They're all elite.
Yeah, did you see like a couple of fucking in that match where there was just loads of people and loads of shit going on? There was loads of just like pussy punches where people are punching the floor next to someone's head and like kicking and not even making contact, and that there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Which you don't see at your local wrestling show because the crowd are so close. If you do, they lay it in a little bit more because they know that people can see that shit.
If you phone it in at a local show, they're going to laugh at you.
Yeah,
and they're not going to come back. They're not going to come back to watch you again. Yeah,
people will call you a cunt to your face, and you will have to deal with it for the duration of the match. But
look, he's a fucking pussy.
Yeah, innit? You fucking, fucking hit him. You know what I mean? So I agree. When we're not paying the money that we're paying, good money, to watch people that we can watch at local British wrestling shows. We're going there to see, your Max, your MJF. We're going there to see your Acclaimed.
You don't see CM Punk. You want to see Kenny Omega. You want to see the Bucks. Right? We've said our thing about them.
Of course,
they're the people you're paying to go to watch. You're not going to watch. If you're really desperate, we'll speak to Tony and see if we'll put on a World of Sport match for you. But
5 minute rounds.
Yeah, like that.
We'll have fucking Steve Gray and Mal Sanders.
Oh, what a banger! Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Have them on. I would much prefer that than someone else, anyone else. It doesn't matter. Part of the comedy is that places like some of your bigger name UK wrestling shows aren't selling out the small arenas and the places they're booking now. So what does that say?
Well, like you say, we're not paying money to see local UK talent. We're paying money to see AEW stars.
Yeah.
I want to see Britt Baker. I want to see Jamie Hayter.
I bet you do.
Well, no, of course, brother. If she gets off Shivani's lap for 10 minutes, so we want to see these guys. We want to see the AEW stars. That's what we're paying for. So let's please not load the show up with UK indie wrestlers, please. And that's not a slant on UK independent wrestlers. It's really not. It's just not what we're paying for. We're paying to see AEW. We want to see AEW. I want to hear Bowen say, "London, the Acclaimed have arrived." You know, I want it. That's what we're going for.
Scissor me, Daddy Chris.
Bruv, I'm buying my Scissor Me Daddy pink t-shirt. That is what, you know me, bruv. You've been to enough wrestling shows with me.
Yeah.
You know man buys a t-shirt when he goes to wrestling.
Hits the merch stand, yeah.
I've got to, yeah. So I have to get myself a pink Scissor Me Daddy t-shirt. I'm sorry, it's happening.
I tell you, I said in jest about the World of Sport match, I will give those British fans that want to see something a bit more British on the AEW show, you know what we'll give them? The raffle.
We'll give them the raffle.
Have a raffle.
You win a joint of meat and a foam fucking finger. Yeah? And we're not talking about from one of the trainers. We're talking about a proper foam finger. But that's another story altogether, isn't it, Jordan?
It is, because we're almost at that time where we're going to talk about something else. But before we do, let's pay that one bill that we have.
Right.
Let's say thank you to the sponsor of this show, our good friends at Surfshark, where they give you the offer and a deal of a lifetime to protect your shit online. 83% off plus 3 free months. What more can you ask for? Keeps you protected when you're out in public. You can watch OG WWE Network.
You don't have to watch the cock. In America, guys, you don't have to watch the cock. You can watch WWE Network in the UK. They have put... What? That's what they call it, right? You don't have to watch the cock. You can just set your location to Bognor Regis, as we've said previously. Set your location to Bognor. You can watch your OG network. You can watch guys in America, guys that listen to us. Please, anyone who's a fan from the US, please watch Phone Shop. Get your VPN. Set it to Bognor Regis UK. Go on to More 4 or All 4. Yeah, type in Phone Shop. Check that shit out. One of the greatest fucking sitcoms ever to have existed. But you can pretend you're anywhere. You can be anywhere in the world. You've got your virus protection. You've got your VPN. Like Jordan saying, you could be in a hotel. You could be in an airport. You could be fucking in a cafe. You could be anywhere, and you're protected on those public networks. So you've got nothing to lose at all. Great deal. You've got your 83% off and 3 months free. So what more do you want? Do it now. Go to the description, click the link in the description, use the promo code GRAPPLE, and you will get everything we have promised you and more.
I mean, we were almost onto something, and then you used the cock an awful lot.
Sorry, dumbass. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
We're not that sorry.
We're not sorry.
Let's slowly wrap things up. Let's talk about let's give some shine onto another show for a minute, because we're those sort of guys. We're generous.
We love it.
Our good friends at Good Cop Bad Cop Wrestling Podcast, Graham and Matt.
The man them.
Yeah, man them indeed.
The man them.
Matt seems to think we've slighted, and he did not agree. He said we were wrong about Brit Rest and all of that business. He says that they're not all the same. I don't really remember us saying they're all the same, but we can agree to disagree on this. We are not uninitiated to the world of British wrestling. We are not newbies. This isn't our first day. We have been there. We have seen it. We have enough stories about it that we're not going to share right now that will make your toes curl, man.
Bro, they will make your toes... Mate, Matt Attack. We love you, dude, yeah?
We do.
And, I don't remember us saying either that all Brit wrestling was the same. But as JB said, we have been within the belly of the beast, and we have heard numerous stories and accounts of so many individuals and so much shit. Sordid shit that has gone on. Even when we left, we were hearing stuff. When we were there, we didn't really. We saw some strange shit and heard
bits
some
and
strange
pieces,
shit, but
yeah.
Bits and pieces. But I've spoken to Jordan privately. We talk privately because we're friends, obviously.
Hell, we brunch together.
We brunch. I mean, he's not come to the fish counter yet, but
it's not a euphemism.
It's not so. you know, there is one particular, the reason why we talk about Brit wrestling being a kind of, whether it was at one time or whether it's continuing now, being a bit of a fucking harny kind of dodgy place for any kind of vulnerable people to be involved in, is because, and again, Jordan and I have debated numerous times on whether to fully go in about a particular case and to name individuals, but we're not going to do that. But we trained with an individual for a while, for a time, who
I
went
think
on.
it's something we could easily gladly tell Matt or Graham or both off air.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's probably best if we.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Matt, you know, we are happy to tell that we're happy to tell the I say tell the tale, but just speak about these individuals and the specific case that we worked closely with this young lady who became quite big for a time in the industry, in the UK British wrestling industry. And she became quite well known on the scene. She was doing bits and bobs all around the country and was starting to get a bit of momentum. And she was hungry, even when we were training with her, because, you know, boys and girls trained together. It weren't like separate classes. She was in there getting fucking drop kicked and kicked in the face by myself and by other individuals, you know, and she was a really nice girl. You know, fun to train with, didn't really flinch or nothing. You know, she weren't a pussy. Basically, she was going in, she was training with the boys, she was doing bits and that, and she got fairly high in the industry. And then something happened, and unfortunately, when things like this do happen, it's quite a famous story in the UK. If you look at the speaking out thing that went on, she told her truth of what had happened and of other various individuals and companies that were embroiled in the whole thing. So this is why we get a little bit emotional about it, because we've seen firsthand how fucking sordid this shit can be and how things can happen and people can cover for other individuals that have done heinous shit. And these individuals shouldn't be close to the industry or any kind of vulnerable individuals or any individuals in general, basically. Yeah. You know, so this is why we get a little bit, we do go in on Brit wrestling when these things happen, because we've seen it happen, we've heard the stories, we know the individuals, and we just think this shit shouldn't be allowed to happen. And you're right, dude, it might not happen in every fucking promotion. It's extremely widespread. There is another wrestler who, him and his missus have got a wrestling company, or had a wrestling company. He's actually got a podcast as well, Stu Allen, who at the time of speaking out during lockdown and all that, he was doing a few lives and he was talking about a few individuals that were in the industry and all that he'd seen and heard stories about and he'd had to deal with personally as well, to do with this kind of sordid shit going on, the abuse of you know, whether it be physical abuse or whatever, or, you know, just verbal abuse or just mistreatment of people, even up to and including sexual abuse of individuals that were being trained in this country. So, you know, yes, it might not happen everywhere, but even when it happens in some places, you've got to speak out about it, and you've got to, you know, not saying that you're condoning it either. We're not saying that at all. We ain't gonna stop calling the shit out when we see it, and we're not gonna stop trash talking about individuals that are involved in it. We're not gonna sometimes, you know, we're not
gonna back down either from people that vociferously support it either.
Yeah, or support the individuals regardless of their previous behavior.
The promotions. We're not those guys. We're just too fucking confrontational. That's it. It's not like we just don't take that shit lying down. And if they're going to continue, and like I said, like one guy mentioned it, and I still think it's one of the funniest things I've seen. You know, the comps must really be worth it. because people were defending some of the more reprehensible
individuals
people and shows in
Yeah.
British wrestling. So we continue with our bullshit and our fuckery because they continue with theirs.
Honestly, bro, when we heard about this young lady that we trained with and what she'd gone through, it broke my heart, dude, because we know her personally. And we know she's whether we knew her personally or not, it's still a person that this has happened to. But it brings it a bit more home when you know the person. You think, fucking hell, man, what the fuck? That's fucking horrific. And her story's fucking horrific.
I get that you guys, and this is good call back up again. Like, I get that you guys want to debate this. You said Graham said that he's asked us about coming on the show and that. No, fuck it. You have an away day, boys. have an away day. Get on the bus.
Come in. Get in the DeLorean. Get to 88 miles an hour.
Fucking Kenilworth Road.
That's right, bro. Come to fucking Kenilworth Road. Come to Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. You are welcome, brothers, with open arms.
You are welcome to join. You can call us the Crazy Gang if you want. You're welcome to join us.
Trust, we'll crack open the fucking Guava Rubicon for you in the 1901 Iron Brew.
We will, you guys are more than welcome to
join us. Welcome, bruv. We love a good chit chat. You know this.
One more thing before we go. This one is a bit personal for us. We were lucky enough. It must be about 2 years ago now, maybe a year and a half ago. We were lucky enough to be given access to a show in St Albans, All Star, and that was down to you, Chris. Speaking to Brian Dixon.
Yes, spoke to him, organised for us to come down, asked permission. He said it was fine.
Yeah.
And when we met him, he wasn't in the best of health either. At that time, if I remember,
but he still had time for us.
He did, yeah.
Still gave us a bit of time. He was still ever the gentleman.
Yeah.
And we were great. We were super great for that. He let us, let us film. He let us, do interviews. All of that's business.
Yeah.
And it was so cool that he just let us have free reign really where we were and just let us crack on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian sadly passed away this weekend. So, we as a show and as Chris and me, we would like to pay our respects on this show. Say thank you to Brian. Even for the small thing he did for us, or wasn't small for us.
Yeah, it wasn't, yeah.
And may he rest in peace.
Absolutely. Fair play, JB. Yeah, like you say, ever the gentleman. Let us have free reign, and literally just said, "Yeah, fucking crack on, mate." It was, and he wasn't in the best of health there, and it was lovely because that's where we got to meet and get to know a little bit Mike Angus, Mad Dog, as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Brian Dixon is he has been a staple in the British wrestling scene. Been around for many a year. And we our thoughts are with his family and all that at the moment. And just rest in peace, Brian.
But with that, before we go, we would just like to say to you, please hit the subscribe button. For many of you would have already done it, but for those who haven't done it, because I notice on the analytics there are a lot of non-subscribers who watch our stuff, which is great too. I'm thrilled that you do that. Hit the subscribe button, support the show, support your boys. Let's keep this train moving. Slap the bell, tickle the bell, caress the bell, if you will.
Honestly, subscribe. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you any money, but it really means a lot to us, doesn't it? So please, it helps the show out. Please subscribe.
And if you are of a different persuasion, you don't like these handsome faces,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, rude. There is many a place you can listen, and I think Chris has keyed it up for me so he can easily jump into this. So Chris, are you ready?
Mate, we are ready. You're watching us on YouTube right now at Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast. You can catch us on every podcast platform available: Amazon Music, AntennaPod, Anytime Player, Apple Podcasts, Bullhorn, Castamatic, Castbox, Castro, CurioCaster, Fountain, Good Pods, Google Podcasts, G-Podder, iHeartRadio, Apple iTunes, Listen Notes, Luminary, Memento, Moon FM, Overcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Podcast Index, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podchaser, Podfriend, Pod Hero, Podknife, Podstation, Podverse, Podvine, Radio Public, Sonnet, Spotify, Stenio FM, Stitcher, and your RSS feed.
How good is that?
God damn it!
How good is that? Good shit.
That's the good shit.
With that, we say thank you. What else can we say? We have been in the British charts again. We feel the love. We really do. We hope you feel our love too. For now, as usual, we'll be back next week. We've hit a schedule here which just seems to work at the minute for us. We will be back next week. Bishop, we miss you. Where are you, bud?
Even though you're doubting us as well, motherfucker, you been chatting some shit. What were we wrong about, bitch? Anyway, that comes from a loving place, yeah? But still, you need to come correct, son. You need to tell us what we were wrong about, bitch. Anyway, we love you. And you're welcome on the show as well.
That's like a tribute.
Trust me, man. It's tribute, yeah? I was trying to do, yeah? So, yeah, you got to come on the show as well, man. You can't hide forever. We will come for you.
Oh, man. Thank you so much to everyone that's listened or watched. We've had a lot of fun doing this. We continue to have a lot of fun doing this. I am JB, but of course, the man sitting next to me, the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, the Raz Prince of wrestling podcasts, Mr. No Hats, No Trainers himself, Chris Dredd. We say thank you. We say we love you. Goodbye. Take care, everyone.